Peace unto you, Israel. Peace unto you. This is a new Yeshurun, Israel, Hebrew Island 2. Today's video is there's nothing to see here. This is what Heathens say. I wasn't going to make this video, but I'm like, you want to know what? These niggas, and we're not the niggas, they're the niggas. They're always doing something, always extra, always scheming, wicked demon plots. Everybody's quiet. They don't like to say nothing about them. Always trying to keep them up on a high pedestal of honor, integrity, and all that other stuff. And they're at the bottom in the depths of hell. And that's just what it is. Anuha on deck. Glad to see you. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see. Daughter, wife, mother on deck. You know what we do? Wait a couple minutes. Nothing to see here. That's what they say. I'll explain everything as we, start the video. Greet each other. This one I want to keep it short. Sunshine in the house, yeah. There's nothing to see here. That's what they say all the time. There's nothing to see here. Greet each other. We give a couple people a couple minutes. We're only at 1:48 seconds. I've been burning incense for the Most High, all praises to the Most High Creator. And I've been having a really bad cough. It's never good to overdo stuff. I put a lot of frankincense and myrrh, and I think too much messed my lungs up. Like, not totally, but like gave me a tremendous cough that I have. And then I got my GERD going on, things in life. Now I'm burning it outside on the porch. It's powerful. I smell it coming in here, but close the doors and stuff. But there's nothing to see here. We're at 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Greet each other. We try to narrow this down to a short one. Oh, excuse me. This is another one not written in study notes. It's going to come off the dome, top of the dome of the coconut. I got to show this. Fair use, fair use. In the caboose. Greet each other. For 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Give them like 6 minutes to come in and we'll start. There's nothing to see here. Go away. There's nothing to see here. TV, ET in the house on deck. Yo, there's nothing to see here. The heathens like to tell you there's nothing to see here. Go away. Distract you with their wands, their warlock witches' wands. There's nothing to see here. Shh. You got a cauldron full of herbs and cattails. There's nothing to see here. Well, here at Hebrew Island 2, I say no. There's a lot to see here. A lot that you've been hiding. I'm going to expose a little bit today. Yeah. I'm going to expose the wolves in sheep clothing. Four minutes, 54 seconds. Got another minute and a half. We'll let the games begin. Greet each other. Not like in the hood where they want to greet with hot lead and fist and shit like that. Assyrian. When you seen one devil, you seen them all. Assyrian, Caucasoid, they're all the same. Just throw them all in the, make it simple, TV. Just throw them all in the same barrel. Simple. It's the Israelites, and then there's everything else. When you read this, isn't it how it's noted in here? There's the Israelites, then there's everything else. The will has already been created. Don't reconstruct the will. So it's easy when we're talking about the heathens. That's why in my titles, heathens say there's nothing to see here. I don't try to get specific with them, like the Assyrians, the Grecians, the Romans, the Americans, the Europeans, the fake J-ish people, the Arabic people. I just take the broom, sweep them all up in the same barrel. Yes? Try to follow the instructions. Mary on deck, yeah. He didn't say there's nothing to see here, but Israel, I'm going to show you there's something to see here. All right. We're going to be nearing the 7-minute mark. Hold on. Yep, I knew I said giant barrel. No, colossal barrel. There's nothing to see here. Young king in the house, yes. All right, we're at 7 minutes, 8 seconds. We're gonna wait to 8 minutes, which is in another like 50 seconds. Let the games begin. Got young king in the house. Got a little word, I'm sweating, like where's young king at? Boom, all right. He didn't say there's nothing to see here. Every knee in the house. Maybe I was waiting for the 8-minute mark just for every knee shall bow to fall into the room. Yeah. He didn't say there's nothing to see here. 8 minutes. Title of the video, as I said it a million times already, heathens like to say there's nothing to see here, but we know otherwise. I'm going to start off right away in the precious Tanakh, Genesis chapter 19. You could just read it along with me, or when I upload it, read it along with a news uploaded video, or read it whenever you want. Genesis 19. Heathens like to say there's nothing to see here. Genesis 19, the two angels arrived in Sodom in the evening. As Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom, when Lot saw them, he rose to greet them. And bowing low with his face to the ground, he said, "Please, my lords, turn aside to your servant's house to spend the night and bathe your feet. Then you may be on your way early." But they said, "No, we will spend the night in the square." But he urged them strongly, so they turned his way and entered his house. He prepared a feast for them and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. They had not yet laid down when the townspeople, the men of Sodom, young and old, all the people to the last man, gathered about the house. And they shouted to Lot and said to him, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us that we may be intimate with them. Bring them out to us that we may be intimate with them. I don't have to describe that in more detail to you guys. You're all adults at Hebron Island too. So Lot went to them to the entrance, shut the door behind him, and said, I beg you, my friends, do not commit such a wrong. Look, I have two daughters who have not known men. Let me bring them out to you, and you may do to them as you please. But do not do anything to these men, since they have come under the shelter of my roof. But they said, stand back. The fellow, they said, came here as an alien, and already he asked the ruler. Now we will deal worse with you than with them. We're talking to Lot. And they pressed hard against the person of Lot and moved forward to break the door. But the men stretched out their hands and pulled Lot into the house with them and shut the door. And the people who were at the entrance of the house, young and old, stopped giving passes to the old, the young, the maids, and little children. And they pressed hard against the person of Lot and moved forward to break the door. But the men stretched out their hands and pulled Lot into the house with them and shut the door. And the people who were at the entrance of the house, young and old, they were struck with blinding light, so that they were helpless to find the entrance. Then the men said to Lot, whom else have you here? Sons-in-laws, your sons and daughters, or anyone else that you have in the city? Bring them out of the place, for we are about to destroy this place, because the outcry against them before the Lord has become so great that the Lord has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-laws who had married his daughters and said, up, get out of this place, for the Lord is about to destroy the city. But he seemed to his sons-in-laws as one who jests, like making a joke. As dawn broke, the angels urged Lot on, saying, up, take your wife and your two remaining daughters, lest you be swept away because the iniquity of the city. Still he delayed. So the men seized his hands and the hands of his wife and his two daughters in the Lord's mercy on him, and brought him out and left him outside the city. When they had brought them out, one said, flee for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stop anywhere in the plains. Flee to the hills, lest you be swept away. But Lot said to them, oh, no, my Lord, you have been so gracious to your servant, and have already shown me so much kindness in order to save my life. But I cannot flee to the hills, lest the disaster overtakes me and I die. Look, the town there is near enough to flee to. It is such a little place. Let me flee there. It is such a little place, and let my life be saved. He replied, very well, I will grant you this favor too, and I will not annihilate the town of which you have spoken. Hurry, flee there, for I cannot do anything until you arrive there. Hence the town came to be called Zor. As the sun rose upon the earth and Lot entered Zor, the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah a sulfurous fire from the Lord out of heaven. He annihilated those cities and the entire plains. People think it's just Sodom and Gomorrah. It was Sodom and Gomorrah and all the plains, and that was a lot of other cities. Sodom and Gomorrah is just the star of the Sodom and Gomorrah epic. But it was not just those two cities. It was a plain filled with other cities. And he annihilated those cities and the entire plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities and the vegetation of the ground. Lot's wife looked back, and she therefore turned into a pillar of salt. Next morning, Abraham hurried to the place where he had stood before the Lord, and looking down towards Sodom and Gomorrah and all the land of the plains, there's other cities that were burned, a lot of cities. He saw the smoke of the land rising like the smoke of a kiln. Thus it was that when God destroyed the cities of the plains and annihilated the cities where Lot dwelt, God was mindful of Abraham and removed Lot from the midst of the upheaval. Because of Abraham, he didn't slaughter Lot. Lot went up from Zor and settled in the hill country with his two daughters, for he was afraid to dwell in Zor. And he and his two daughters lived in a cave. And the older one said to the younger, our father is old, and there is not a man on earth to consort us in the way of all the world. See, people don't realize it's not just Sodom and Gomorrah, it's the whole plains around them and all the cities. So when they saw, the daughters saw not just Sodom and Gomorrah, but the plains with all the other cities, saw it all burnt to a sulfur crisp. That's when they got the thought in their head that there's no man alive. I'm not saying what they did was good, it was demonic, but that's why I'm explaining why. Because people think it was just Sodom and Gomorrah. No. The earth is filled with wickedness back then and today in 2021. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and let us lie with him, that we may maintain life through our fathers. That night they made their father drink wine, and the older one went and laid with her father. He did not know when she laid down or when she rose. That next day the older one said to the younger, see, I laid with father last night. Let us make him drink wine tonight also, and you go lie with him, that we may maintain life through our father. They thought life on earth was over with because it just wasn't Sodom and Gomorrah. Hopefully this factoid remains in your coconut, and it's good to know more things. That night also they made their father drink wine, and the younger one went and laid with him. He did not know when she laid down or when she rose. Thus the two daughters of Lot came to be with child by their father. The older one bore a son, named him Moab, the Moabites. Moab. Not Chinese people, Negro types that are not Israelites. He is the father of the Moabites today. And the younger also bore a son, called him Ben-Ami. He is the father of the Ammonites of today. Ben-Ami. I'm going to stop right there. I got a few things to star on deck. Whatever you miss, read it again. Heathens like to say there's nothing to see here. So, and stop thinking that the heathens are just Caucasoid types and these types, you know, the eyes like this, that call us ugly and stuff. You know, they got that baby down problem. And fake J-ish people and post-Arab people, you know, because all the people were Negro types. Post-Hispanics and Mexican, because the Mexicans and real Hispanics and Portuguese and everything were Negro types. All kinfolk, all skin folk is not kinfolk. There's the Israelites and then there's everybody else. So even before I start, robot on deck. All right, let's see. All right, let me see if a robot is on deck. Where is the robot? All right. All right. All right, so I don't know where the Vegeta think I'm new, but I've been here for a minute. I just prefer to stay quiet. Okay, Vegeta, glad to have you. Hopefully you're a Negro. We welcome you in the room. If you're not a Negro, we welcome you also. Genesis 12:3, those that bless Israel will be blessed, those that curse Israel will be cursed. Heathen Gentiles can't become Israelites, don't share in the promises, but the Most High will show them mercy. When this kingdom ends, they go into the next kingdom. Well, anyway, listen, J to Pat, I read Genesis 19 about Sodom and Gomorrah and the plains. When I upload the video, watch it again, hear what you missed. I'm giving you a factoid. When people hear of Sodom and Gomorrah, they just think of the city Sodom and the city Gomorrah. but it's the city Sodom, city Gomorrah, and all the plains. And then the plains is vast, and it's 10, like, I don't know, maybe hundreds of other cities or a lot of other cities. Most High brought the smoke to all of them. Don't just think that it's just those two cities. So when Lot's daughters saw those two cities and everything around them from the eye could see, they thought that they were the only ones left on the earth and did the nasty, wicked thing, dishonorable thing, lawless thing. And the Moabites come from that no good union, and the Ammonites come from that no good union. So even before I start the video that says, I prefaced it with Genesis 19, I'm going to show you something that'll make you scratch your head, that I sent one of my old Morays, who's a Messianic Hebrew, that, when I was in my infancy stage of learning that the Negroes are the Israelites, a portion of them, because other Negroes are Moabites and Ammonites and Jebusites and Canaanites and Hittites and Horites and a whole bunch of other ites. I learned from him, introductory things to the Most High. Blessed me with other teachers for little periods of time, and then everything started clicking, and then Most High was gracious to show me that he's the only creator, maker, and savior and redeemer. And I fled all that only to the glory and mercy of the Most High. So, I look back, and this is what I noticed, because so many things come in our lives. We have health problems, financial problems, family problems, social problems, et cetera, et cetera. And, as Israelites, we're trying to study, do this, maintain, and do this. We don't think it's, and then, when I was reading and studying, that's why, it's a pleasure and an honor and a gift that the Most High gives you to want to study. Okay, now I see a robot. Greetings to the robot. BUM.MG go. Greetings to the robot. You're interested in my title. There's nothing to see. I'm glad you came in about now, because you're not interested in the scripture that I read in Genesis 19. You're not interested in none of this stuff, none of this factoid I'm getting ready to share with the true and physical Israelites. It's not the ones that you guys put up on the internet and the news for all these centuries, the J-ish people, no, with the fake curly Qs, goofy as hell, can't dance, goofy as hell, robbers and identity thieves, not them. You're in the presence of the real Israelites, the only ones that are the Negroes that suffer the curse, not Negroes that you prop up, that can come, the Africans that can come to America and they get loans to make braid businesses, other Negro type immigrants that you give them money. That's why Israelites, you see all these Indian dot people, they got 7-Elevens and Dunkin' Donuts. How do you get the money? We haven't gotten nothing, because the whole system has been set up against you and me. That's why they got businesses in our neighborhood. They let them come over, give them the incentive, give them the loans, give them all the opportunities. Arab chicken stores, dollar stores, Chinese dollar stores, and Chinese restaurants and all that stuff. They all are in concert against us. Psalm 83. The nations gathered together to make Israel, the name of Israel, be no more in existence. Right. Zor is in Ohio. Listen, the maps are wrong. Everything, that fake Middle Eastern area, that fake Israel area, it's not there. That's a dry desert amusement park. Everything is in the Western Hemisphere. That's the old world. That's the world flowing with milk and honey. Grand Canyon, they barred it up. Most of it. You can't see inside the caves or anything, because they'll see Egyptian stuff and Hebrew stuff and all around. Anyway, I don't want to get off with that. Jugga baby, great to have you on. So whatever you miss, you guys that came in late, when I upload it, watch the video. So I read the Genesis 19, Now you guys know that it wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah, it's the plains. You know what plains are? Just vast, like wastelands, like open land. And there were many other cities on the plains. That's why Lot's daughter, when they looked at Sodom and Gomorrah and they looked all around, scanned around, and they saw all them other cities that they don't tell you in church and other places. And if you don't really read, you don't know that there's many other cities that were burned because it was increased wickedness. Not the same level as now, because today is off the chart wickedness. So that's why they did that nasty act, you know? So, and you know, the older sister, the Moabites came through her. A lot of those people that say they're the Moors, the Moabites and stuff like that. and then there's another one. My old teacher, he lives in Israel. More, he lives in Israel. I don't call myself a More, I call myself a Kohelet. Ecclesiastes 1, Ecclesiastes 9, teacher and preacher of the Tanakh, the law, the Nevi'im, prophet writings, the writings, Ketuvim, and stuff like that. I always scratch my head. I always scratch my head when now this has nothing to do with a video. This is another factoid I want to share with you. When the guy from Philadelphia, a long time ago, Messianic Hebrews, and I think his followers thought he was the Messiah type, Ben Amin, took the Negroes from Philadelphia and all around, took them to Africa. They lived in Africa for a little bit and then moved to Israel and Dimona. And he's a spiritual leader. They even call him, I don't know if they call him father, but they looked at him like a Messiah type. And their group is still there. He died at 75. He died maybe, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, 4. I'm not too sure. But what made me scratch my head was, I never thought, I'm like, but I saw it in front of me. The connection never came because, I don't focus on Messianic Hebrews. And, I'll put videos on them because the Most High told us to cry inside about the abomination in the midst of Israel. Messianic Hebrews are just like Christians. So I get on their tails every once in a while, on the heathens' tails, but I try to focus just on teaching for us because we need to stay in the fix-it shop, the repair shop, because we want to be appeasing to the Most High. We don't want the Most High to hate us and not like us. And we want a chance to make it into the new kingdom. So I want to just deal with the teachings with them. But I always scratch my head and I'm like, you know what? That guy called himself Ben Amin. Listen, my name is i.s.u.p.k Israel. I don't like to go with the modern Hebrew, but when I, like 10, 12 years ago, when I found out that I was a Hebrew Israelite, all I know is modern Hebrew. Like the only modern Hebrew I know is it should be, if I did it right. Anu means meek in modern Hebrew. And then I know the Shema, Deuteronomy 6 in modern Hebrew. In English, it goes like this in Deuteronomy 6. Don't tell me the verse, ask for the verse, read the whole chapter. That's how you gain more knowledge. Because verses, just go right to the verse if knowledge is limited. Read the whole thing. A lot of people don't like to read and study. Deuteronomy 6, it's the Shema. Hear, O Israel, your God, your Lord is one. Love him with all your might and with all your strength. These words that I command you this day should rest in the seat of your emotions. Moses is saying that. In the modern Hebrew, I'm going to try right now to do it. In the modern Hebrew is Shema Israel. Ye Eloheinu, ye Ahad, ve'ahavta Elohavka. Bakol lababka uptikor. Nefashka upnikor. Mordecai, ve'ayu habadarim heidale asher nuk mishapka hayom labaka. That's what means, hear, O Israel, your God is one. Love him with all your might and with all your strength. And these words I command you this day should rest in the seat of your emotions. So those reason why I'm telling you that is because I researched my name anew. And it should mean meek, the sound. How I spell it, I just spell it how it sounds, because I don't get deep into that. Zephaniah 3, it says, the Most High in that day is going to restore to Israel a pure tongue and pure speech, where we can invoke his name. So I don't get crazy with that. I study Phoenician Hebrew grammar, not to try to speak it. I have a hard time speaking Spanish here, so I ain't going to try to learn Phoenician Hebrew. And the only reason why I picked Phoenician Hebrew because the book that I have only has Phoenician and Babylonian, and I didn't really want to study Babylonian Hebrew. So I just know the grammar and how it's made up and the pictographs and the numeric values and stuff like that. So my name, Anu, means meek. Yeshurun, really Jeshurun, but you know there's no J. So it's really Yeshurun means the upright. They call Israel Jeshurun, Yeshurun. In Isaiah, I think it's 44, and yeah, Isaiah 44 and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to tell you, I researched my name. Well, I'm wondering, I scratched my head with this Ben Amin. I'm like, did he ever research that? His name? Because Ben Amin is the father of the youngest daughter of Lot, the Ammonites. The two daughters of Lot came to be with child by their father. The older one bore a son and named him Moab. He is the father of the Moabites of today. And the younger also bore a son, and she called him Ben Amin. He's the father of the Ammonites of today. So I'm like, did that guy research? Like, what brought him to name himself from Philadelphia Ben Amin? And I'm telling you, all skin folk is not kinfolk. And you know, he taught all of them to be idolatrous because they believe in Jesus or they believe in him, one of the two saviors or both. So guess what? He's an Ammonite. Moabites, Jebusites, and all of them, they're against Israel. So, you know, they will steer you not right. They'll steer you left. They'll steer you left. And this is why it says in Proverbs 28, evil men understand not the preference of the Most High, but those that seek the Most High understand all things. So I don't scratch my head anymore. I have a clearer picture of, you had to have done some research on that. How would you come to name yourself Ben Amin? And you're supposed to be a spiritual leader, Moreh, Koheleth, or whatever of your little Hebrew Israelite sect, and you ain't researched that name, Ben Amin? I don't know. But anyway, that was just a fact of what I wanted to share with you. Now, getting back to the video, heathens like to say there's nothing to see here. Now, I read Genesis 19 to show you homosexuality, and think that they didn't have transgenderism and all that other stuff. They had it all. You know, when you read, like I said, I don't know the verse. It should be 1 Kings 15. It should be there. You know, if I'm wrong, I'll try to remember or somebody remind me, and I'll get it for you the next time. But I'm pretty sure it's in 1 Kings 15. This is what it says. King Asa did what was pleasing in the sight of the Most High, like his father, King David, and expelled the Sodomites out of the land. When you read 2 Kings 23, they tore down the Sodomite cubicles in the temple. Dude, when I read those things, I'm like, these niggas, so crazy. We could have been so great. What the hell do you want to be like the heathens for? Wicked, he tells you he abhors them. You read that, when I'm reading that 1 Kings 15, he expelled the Sodomites out of the land. Didn't say he killed them. It says like he expelled them. Expel means to get rid of. But you know what it says about in Leviticus 20, you know, the penalty for man lying with man, woman lying with woman. It says they expelled them. They were doing that funky stuff back in the day, right in the temple. What else does that mean? In 2 Kings 23, they tore down the sodomite cubicles. Funky shit. The nasty shit. What? You know, it just... Niggas, we could have had everything. From back then all the way up to now, rulers. Most High handing us stuff on the plate. On the platinum plate. Forget about gold. Platinum plate with the spoons. No. We don't want that. We want to be the tail. We want to be debased by all the nations. We want to be called on sweatshirts the smartest monkey in the jungle. We want to be called super predators. We want to be followed around in stores with the cameras and security, sneaking around, looking, thinking, because you are the poster child of shoplifting and theft and robberies and ghettoism. Scratch my head. Can't understand. And that's why, you need to be happy. We need to be happy that the 2/3 are going to get the smoke, going to get the heat. Because, and we pray that we're not the 2/3, but, and if we are, we need to be smoked too. Because this is why we're in this condition. And the condition just didn't start now, it was back then. But it's at a level that's off the charts right now in 2022. But back then, don't think it wasn't high up on the Richter scale, because they had 2 Kings 23, they tore down the sodomite cubicles in the temple, in the sanctuary. What is a sodomite cubicle doing in there? You using niggas. Niggas. Back then and today. Niggas. And chocolate cup niggas. Not heathen niggas. Chocolate covered niggas. Can't. Why you don't want greatness? Demons. Aggravate, but I'm gonna keep cool. But that's very aggravating to hear and to process. Aggravating. Heathens like to say there's nothing to see here, but there is something to see here. And I'm gonna share it with you now. Very daughter, wife, mother, that is disrespectful. You gave a low word, description word for that. Tore down the sodomite cubicles. What? Really, nigga? Really, nigga? Niggas. And for you robot or AI or whatever in the room, Charlie Brown, spy or whatever, I don't just get on heathens, I get on Negroes as well. I don't let them off the radar either. When they come on my radar, I puts them on my radar. I get their asses. So this is what I want to say to you guys. Unbelievable. It's not unbelievable when you read this from the beginning. A lot of people don't read. That's why I don't give you verses. So you have to read to find what I just said. And then you get a brighter, more clearer picture of what's going on. Because if you don't know the past, you don't know the future, you don't know what steps to take, you don't know none of that because you are in the dark. There's nothing to see here, as the heathens say. But there is something to see here. And let me sum this up to you. And the reason I'm making this video, you know what? Everybody's quiet about this. What I'm getting ready to tell you, everybody's quiet about this. No. the Caucasoids and other heathens that control the earth because of your sin, Israelite. They wouldn't control the earth if you were obedient, fear the Most High and keep His commandment, worship Him alone. They wouldn't be in charge. But you chose to act like them and be like them, which He abhors, and now you're the tail. You're the smartest monkey in the jungle on those sweatshirts. And the walls in the museums, in the Asian museums, right next to chimpanzees and gorillas. Because you want to follow a demon. So what I want you to know is they have done things where they say there's nothing to see here. I'm going to show you that there is. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you that, like I told you before in other videos, I don't know if you remember, if you're sick, like I got some things going on. I'm pretty sure maybe some of you got some health things going on. You got this, you got that. And a lot of people are quick. We're going to blame the Most High, even though the Most High has a plan for your life. But He utilizes these demons around us. So there's somebody to blame in the physical. And you guys don't like blaming Him. Poison the air, the water, the food, health care systems, GMO, spraying of the air, aerosols and jets and all this. They've been doing this for a long time. But what they tell you, what they make you perceive from their television and internet, there's nothing to see here. Blame them. They try to hide under the haystack. Well, I'm knocking the hay. I've got my big fan. I'm blowing all the hay away. Showing, yes, blame them. Have it in the frontals of your mind. They're to blame in the physical. Don't let them slide. Remember in Zechariah 1, the Most High said, I'm angry with the nations. I was only angry a little while they overdid the punishments. So these are the overdoing of the punishments. So there is somebody to blame. And it's not totally that, oh, we did all the sin. And yes, it's partial of that. But it's partial because they overdid it. And since they're such demons, they did stuff to your health, to your social status, to your family status, to your societal status, to your economic status. Yes, because they overdid the punishment. There's nothing to see here. Let's see if that's correct. I'm going to play this and then I'm going to get back into the sodomy and all that, the nasty that they told the world. Remember in Isaiah 5:20, I think, woe to them, destruction to them that call good evil, evil good, bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Proverbs 17 and Proverbs 24, like, it doesn't say woe, but it means woe for those who call the righteous wicked and the wicked righteous. They call us wicked for exposing the wicked acts of them. And they got the banner from society and the internet and the news and the progressives that they're the righteous and you're an evil demon when you know that they're the evil demon. So we want to expose them. We want to sweep away their famous line, there's nothing to see here. Okay, so let me put this up. Sorry, there's no great audio and AV stuff going on here. This is a new i.s.u.p.k Israel, Hebrew on Island 2. We don't got the bells and whistles, but you got still stuff that you could see. So hopefully, let me sweep back. Boom, boom. All right, let me do.
We want to control the weather by 2025, and we are not talking about just seeding the clouds for rain.
All right, hold on. Hold it. I'm gonna try to get it from the beginning. What you're gonna see real quick at the bottom, the Air Force. She's reporting this in 2010. Don't say what I said. Yo, they've been doing that in the 1940s and 50s all the way up to now. And this going along with everything I just told you, how your health ailments, why the Negroes got all heart, blood pressure problems and stuff. It's not because you ate all the pork back in the day when you didn't know you were Israelite. and you're going to Red Lobster all the time. It's because of them. The chemicals in the air that you breathe in, that you inhale, and that goes through your dermis, your skin, for all these years. That's why you got heart problems and you can't seem to get rid of it. You got all these other problems you can't seem to get rid of. Back in the day, the Israelites are super healthy. But you think, oh, it's just normal to get sick and whatever. Not really. No, not the Israelites. They're doing this. They have been doing this to us. There's nothing to see here. Yes, there are. Yes, there is. A new Yeshua Israel, we're exposing it right now. Hold on. Come on.
25, and we are not talking about just seeding the clouds for rain. Weather modification means, quote, any activity performed with the intention of producing artificial changes in the composition, behavior, or dynamics of the atmosphere, unquote. And as of April this year, there are more than 150 different weather modification programs around the world.
That was
Since
in
about
2010.
2000, the Department of Defense.
How many more weather?
25, and we are not talking about just seeing the clouds for rain.
Okay,
Weather modification
listen.
is, quote,
How many more? They said 100 and something. That was in 2010, 150 something, whatever. This is 2022. They're talking about the United States Air Force seeding the clouds with all that poison stuff. There was more on this. Don't ask me where I got it from, because I click off things real quick. I don't remember, but she's exposing this in 2010. You wonder why you got health problems and health is not perfect, or you got problems. Because that person in Zechariah 1, where the Most High said, I'm angry with the nations that are at ease. I'm angry with the nations that are at ease. I was only angry a little while. They overdid the punishment. Well, one aspect of overdoing the punishment is chemtrails. All those checkered board, chessboard patterns in the sky is not natural. It's from the exhaust of those planes, and you think they exhaust, because they want to give you a light show. No, they want to destroy your health. They know you're the Israelites. They know it's coming to AIDS. We got to kill these niggas. And that's what's going on, whether you believe it or not. But she said the Air Force. So it's your government that's trying to kill your ass. Nixon said a long time, he said, I had two enemies when the Nixon president was AIDS. I got the war protesters saying they don't want to go to war and whatever, and the Negroes. The whole system considers you an enemy. And guess what? They know that you're all spread out. So just to try to pinpoint you, they said, F it. We're going to spray everybody just to get them. And that's what's going on. You could think otherwise. All right. Let me go into this next one. There's nothing to see here, though. There's nothing to see here. I'm going to show you this article. I can't raise it, but make it so big. Okay. This is a news article paper called The New Scientist. Read what it says. You should be able to read what it says. What it says is military, your government, wins IG Nobel Peace Prize for gay bomb. Now, IG, think about it. IG is going to tell you it's a organization that they give the funny Nobel Peace Prize on things that people thought of to do, probably did it and failed, a kooky idea. So they put the IG Nobel Peace Prize. And remember what I always tell you, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. They like to put things in your face. So they put IG Nobel Prize so that it'll send you a message. Well, this was just a hoax. It's just what they play around. Listen, they don't play around, nigga. What they say they do. But they got to tell you. That's why you have Bart Simpson and The Simpsons and Family Guy. They put the truth in the cartoon. Something funny where you are processing your mind can't be true. It's a cartoon. Just like the IG Nobel Peace Prize Awards for kooky and cracky ideas that the United States military will think of. It's not fake. It's just like Bart Simpson and The Simpsons and Family Guy cartoons. You know that stuff is fake. Come on. It's 2022. None of that comes true. You keep thinking that. Your military wins IG Nobel Peace Prize. Let's see what Peace Prize funny thing that's not true. Now, I'm gonna have to read it to you. You know, this is it. You know, let me see if it comes in. If when the light dims, I don't know. I can't make it too much bigger. Let's see if it comes in, and then what I'll do is I'll read it to you. Wait till the light dims off my phone. Maybe it'll come in, and then when I upload it, you can read it for yourself. Look it up yourself too. You know, if you want. Let me wait for my phone to dim. Let me see if you could read it. No, you probably won't. Let me read it to you. The New Scientist article, military wins IG Peace Prize Award for the gay bomb. Remember, I started the video is Genesis chapter 19 about Sodom and Gomorrah and the plains. It wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah that got destroyed. The tongue-in-cheek awards are organized by a humorous scientific journal, the Annals of Improbable Research, for research and achievements that make people laugh, then think. The ceremony held, see, it says, and think. I'm telling you, they play with words, it's a play on words, trying to make you think, this is fake. But they really want to tell you it's real. The ceremony held at Harvard University. Why are you going to play something that's not real? Why are you going to use Harvard University? You know, I'm telling you, you got to stop thinking one-dimensional. You got to think more than that. You got to get out of the matrix. You know, you got to take that red pill. You're dealing with a devil. You're dealing with a devil who is very wise. The ceremony is held at Harvard University. It's traditionally attended by several real Nobel laureates, including one who swept paper airplanes from the stage for several years before receiving a Nobel Prize in physics. If it's so fake, why would real physicists who win Nobel Peace Prizes attend a Harvard gala for the military, winning the IG Peace Prize for creating a gay bomb, chemical bomb? The IG Nobel Peace Prize went to the U.S. Air Force, the Air Force again, they're spraying and stuff, the U.S. Air Force Wrights Laboratory in Ohio for its 1994 plan. And don't think it was just a plan then, they've been doing it. That's why you see, what's his name, Little Nas giving lap dances to Satan on stage. For their 1994 plan to develop a weapon that would make enemy soldiers sexually irresistible to one another, an idea later dubbed the gay bomb. Details of the scheme were uncovered in a declassified document. Why would they even have it declassified? Why would they even classify it? Because it's true, Israelites. PDF that suggested a strong aphrodisiac would be completely non-lethal, but could be seriously disruptive, especially if the chemical also cause homosexual behavior. Other ideas put forward in the document included chemical weapons that would attract angry or aggressive bugs, or that would give enemy troops severe and lasting halitosis, thus making it hard for them to blend into civilizations. In their gay bomb, in their PDF documents, shows how to make crazy aphrodisiacs that could prompt the pheromones that could prompt a man. Hi, Roberta Russell, VUR.FYI, robot AI, with your telescope, trying to find out what we're saying. When I upload it, listen to the whole thing because you missed out on a lot. They have things to make ground troops have very bad breath, where they're walking around trying to hide in other hostile environments. The natives there will say, "Oh, his breath stinks like shit," and say, "Oh, this guy," they can point him out, can make people very aggressive and angry. Just think about Rwanda with those African people, Tutsis and the Hutsis. And they had a mass killing, hacking people to death with machetes. That was just, he was just angry. They're telling you, like in The Simpsons or Family Guy cartoons, it can't be true. This PDF United States Air Force document saying that they got a gay bomb. They're getting a prize for the research of making a gay bomb, making a halitosis bomb to make your breath stink to unbelievable levels, to make people very angry with pheromones and changing chemical levels in your body with chemical substances, winning awards and having it held at Harvard University. No, there's nothing to see here. This is all a joke. We're going to spend a lot of money and make prizes and have classified documentation, and later it becomes declassified. If it's so fake, Israel, wake up. You're dealing with devils. You think that Little Nas and all the rappers wearing pink shirts, painting their fingernails, wearing man purses, wearing skirts and dresses, and walking around wearing pink and hair and wedding dresses, all on mumble rap, ghetto rap, is just a coincidence? Trying to put all their actors, they're not our leaders, Negro types in dresses, spraying all day, checkerboard, chessboard, chemtrails. You think that that is just a coincidence? Nothing can be connected. Well, here at E1 Island 2, I connect them damn dots. Because I know there's somebody that overdid the punishment, the heathens. They overdid it. You think, remember, they sleep on their beds scheming for the next day of other demonic things to do. You guys try to put it down like they have nothing to do with that. That's just nature. That's just a happenstance. Not here at Hebron Island 2, because I don't think one-dimensional. And I actually read this, and I know what's going on. I know there's a demon on the loose who keeps saying there's nothing to see here. So you can go back to sleep, go back to watching Netflix and whatever, and you're not connecting no dots whatsoever. Just trying to get bling bling, smoke hookah, like it's hot in the clubs, and that's all they would keep you watching sports. Big Six NBA finals, football. That's all they get you caught on, nigga. So you don't know what's going on. All right, let me go with this. And I think I'm gonna bring it to a close after I show you this. So you get the idea. I'm just trying to bring to light. Now listen, I can't read. This is very small. You you're not going to be able to read these things, but I'm reading from an article. I will tell you what it says. When I upload it, you can read it for yourself. Look it up yourself. Do some research. Popular weed killer demasculates frogs, disrupts their sexual development. UC Berkeley study shows. Let me read that again. Popular weed killer demasculizes frogs. Demasculize, that means makes them gay, makes some male frogs feminine, makes them male frogs want to do feminine type of things. Disrupts their sexual development, UC Berkeley study shows. This is weed killers. How long do you think they got weed killers out there? Do you think they go, wow, if we could demasculate frogs, let's try to demasculate the Negroes? Well, I know we're going to catch some of the regular heathens that are come from us, but in war, there's casualties. Our main bullseye is that coffee-colored Negro with the locks and braids, and women with the big booty, nice booties and big lips and stuff. We want to do like Pharaoh did. Tell the midwives, yo, when you Hebrew Israelite women deliver and the male baby, kill that baby. Planned Parenthood, same agenda, still today, 2020. Hey, you have an unwanted birth. Come on, it's going to stop you from dropping it like it's hot. You're going to get fat. You're going to go out with girls night out. Guys, they're going to take all the money from you. You ain't going to be able to buy a car, a thick chain, some ribs. Go to Planned Parenthood. Clinton's best idol, Mrs. Clinton. What's her name? Margaret Sanger, her idol. You think those guys that while on their bed are dreaming of schemes and demon plots to destroy you, confederate against you, hasn't come up with such sophistication where you can't see it? Like he can destroy you by weathers, tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, and droughts, floods, and you can't blame him. Blame it, it's on HAARP and stuff. You can't see it. So he can just walk by you. Nothing to see here. And he's giggling and laughing with the other demons when he goes around the corner. Popular weed killer demasculates frogs, disrupts their sexual development. UK Berkeley study shows. Look it up for yourself. Berkeley, the nation's top selling weed killer, called atrazine, ATRAZINE. I spell it again. ATRAZINE disrupts the sexual development of frogs at concentrations 30 times lower than level allowed by the EPA, raising concerns about heavy use of herbicides on corn, on soybeans, on other crops in the Midwest and around the world. A restricted herbicide, atrazine, is used primarily on crops, not around the homes, and can be purchased and applied only by certified application. In this article, April 16 issue, the proceeding of the National Academy of Science, University of California, Berkeley, developmental endocrinologist Tyrone B. Hayes, associated professor of the integrative biology, and his colleagues reported that atrazine at levels often found in herbicides, also lower levels of male hormone testosterone in sexual mature male frogs by factors of 10 to levels lower than those in normal female frogs. As Hayes later discovered, many atropine contaminated ponds in the Midwest contains native leopard frogs with the same abnormalities. Atropine exposed frogs don't have normal reproductive systems, he said. The males have ovaries in their testes and much smaller vocal organs, which are essential in calling potential mates. It is, okay, so let me show you the picture that they're showing you. Now, do you think for 1 second these number sixes, these beasts of the field, these SCL24A5 mutant zebrafish albino gene people groups, mankind, a kind of man, are not in the beakers and sending it up in the airplanes? Remember, they found that atrazine in the ponds. What better way to get it into the ghettos? Over the air, way up high, while they're eating while the Negro male and female are going to Red Lobster, while they're eating Big Macs and quarter pounders with cheese and plastic lettuce and fries out in front on the stoop, throwing dice with Colt 45 and watermelon slices in the hood. Best way to get atropine and more advanced. Remember I told you about, stop thinking that the zombies is like just from the television. You know, they got the bath salts, and that was the stuff a long time ago that makes people zombified and want to eat faces and flesh. What do you think they got now in 2020, 2022? What do you think they have now in 2022 with advanced atropine that works on people? You think for a second that they don't have that? That's why you're inundated with Nas, cowboy hat, pink straps, booty hanging out, Prince, booty hanging out, yeah, dancing, all the gay rappers. We thugs, we eat booty. I forgot that guy said. He said, real thugs eat booty. Demons. Oh, I know why you want to eat booty. Real thugs, that's Birdman, Lil Wayne, that other rapper with all the tattoos on his face. And we eat booty. Because they flew over your mansion parties with advanced atrazine, and now you don't want to lay on a woman, which is not normal. You want to lay on a man's booty, and then you want to eat booty. That's what's going on. Stop thinking it's just one guy over here, one guy here. And then now, knowing all this, you can't even blame some of them, because our biblical enemy, scripture never says that our biblical Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26 enemies will ever become our friend. What do you think enemies do? They go over the punishment to levels that are off the chart. So there was a little taste of sodomite cubicles in 2 Kings 24. What's going on today in the VIP lounge with the gay rappers and and the gay bombs being dropped every day over the skies. The black people getting high blood pressure, and you can eat healthy, do everything healthy, and your high blood pressure will stay because they have genetic blood pressure, high blood pressure only directed towards Negro bombs, diabetes bombs, Alzheimer bombs for the little kids, attention deficit, and that other one that makes them like, not as intelligent, bombs. They got that going on. That's why they're walking. You see, I'll be seeing guys, why are you wearing pink all the time? Oh, niggas. Nah, because you got the crisscross checkerboard things going on up in the air. They telling you, but they're telling you as a joke. They're having galas at Harvard universities, inviting actual physics um, uh, um, Nobel Prize winners to the galas, and it's fake. Well, you keep eating the pill, taking the pill, the blue pills, stay in the matrix, think that, oh, it's just a choice. No, it's not. It's not a choice. And it's not even all of their fault. They're being given chemicals unwittingly in aerosol and through the skin, in the food. That's why I read Genesis 19, Sodom and Gomorrah. But the Most High is allowing all this to do. But of course, the heathen, they got to go off the charts with taking it overboard. And that's why you got a gay bomb. Let's make a gay bomb. You think they haven't did it? You think it has not been done already? Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today. There's nothing to see here. I just wanted to expose some of it because they don't get exposed a lot. So it's our job and your job as Israelites to expose them. Now let me read some of the things and we call it quits. Okay, let me see. I think I'll start here. Okay, so your sister's okay. Okay, Vegeta, sorry, I apologize early. I'm glad you've come in. If I don't know you guys come in and I see a name, we got spies coming in here. So, any new name, I'm looking at them as a spy, especially if they're not talking, saying too much or saying that there's only one creator, maker, savior. Arrow Star. We had some robots. That was an interesting title. That's what brought him in there. Okay, yes, sir. More Ben Ammon will be cleaned by the 10th generation. Okay, thanks. Hello, Jazio, Mr. Robot. Zor is in Ohio. Mesopotamia is Michigan, probably. In Canada, Babylon, Assyria, it's all over here in the Western Hemisphere. They're all confederate against Israel. Jug baby. We got two. Now, I think we have more Anuha in the room. Defray, Deuteronomy 23, never. Okay. Nonsense. Daughter, mother. Damn, the Ben, a mean dude in Israel, is an Ammonite. Like, that scratched my head. Like, why would you name yourself Ben Amin and you are a Moray or a Koheleth? You're the leader. You're like their savior to those Negroes in Israel, Demona, and you didn't research that? Like, how would you come? When I got my name Anu Yeshua Israel, because I know names mean something. And I did a little diligent study and said, Anu sounds, the sound of meek in modern Hebrew is like a new. Hopefully I'm correct. But I did a little research. And Yeshua, the upright, Jeshua, before I pinned my name. Did Ben Amin didn't check out his name when he was in Philadelphia, recruiting to move to Liberia, I think first, and then Demona, Israel? I got to think he did. So there's plants, all skin folk is not kinfolk. You got to watch out for them. And just listen to their doctrine, and you know right away who they are. Yeah. Yahweh ben Yahweh apparently didn't know Yahweh is Baal. Yep. Vegeta. I love Vegeta coming in with the Texas being interactive. Be interactive. Don't fear your amount. You're surrounded by brethren and sisters. Great, great text. Shalom to everyone. All you people that came in the room later, just look what you missed. When I upload it, I'm starting to think those Ethiopians are Moab. They're not me. Remember in what Zephaniah, I think it's 2 or Zephaniah 1. He said, uh, "I'm going to destroy the Ethiopians by my sword. I'm going to destroy the Ethiopians." This is something to that effect. So they're not Israelites. Now, I'm not saying Israelites are not in Ethiopia. I'm not talking about them. Jeremiah 4, verse 22, stupidity, every knee shall bow. Yep, stupid, correct. Beyond wickedness, destroyed for stupidity, disrespectful, demons, it's unbelievable. Then wonder why we're being destroyed, right? Daughter, wife. Pure facts. Praise to the Most High. We're dealing with the Creator alone here, correct? Many loving Israelites that bring in heathens and worship JC, as well as some of soft Torah Israelites that think like Christians don't want to blame heathens. Correct. Now, I mentioned heathens in Genesis 12:3, but make no bones about it. They don't get the inheritance. Their position, and it's going to be a willing position to be servant handmaidens to the Israelites in the new kingdom. But they're not going to be raped and dismembered like how they did to us in that new kingdom. They're going to be dealt with, the ones that don't want to listen, but it's going to be a whole different thing. Oh, no, don't blame him. No, here at Hebron, I'm blaming him. Zechariah 1. Moses said, I'm angry with the nations. I was only angry a little while. They overdid the punishment. Here, they're getting blamed. That small percentage that I really don't mention, but the ones that fall into Genesis 12:3, I ain't messing with you. All the other ones, which is the majority, from time to time. Every need, truth, led in the water. The number 6s, which are all the heathens, they thought that we would have number 6 DNA strands. No, they got it. We got 9, which is genius. They had to find a way to dumb us down, led in the water, chemtrails, inoculations before you leave the hospital when you come from between your mother's legs. You get different inoculations from little Karen and Bob that just comes out of their nasty mother's legs, between her legs. You get a different inoculation. You're going to have high blood pressure for your whole life. No. You just saw that in Bart Simpson. That's a cartoon. It's not real. Yeah, okay. These devil heathens got to go and then go and change, correct? GMO fruits and vegetables. A lot of you guys think, oh, I'm just eating vegetables and fruit, I'm going to be healthy. No, you ain't. All the doors are trapped. They know. They say, oh, these Israelites going to try to eat fruit and vegetables. GMO them shits. Where do you find seedless grapes and watermelons and oranges? It's for you, Negro. And even the ones that have it are GMO too. They're going to get you either way. Your health is going to suffer in some type of way. Your health is going to be affected. And there's somebody to blame on the physical. I got my sights on them. They ain't just sneaking out like, we did it. They don't know. No, you can keep saying there's nothing to see here, but I know there's something that's ginormous to see. Every knee shall bow. Facts. It's insane. I still can't believe people took the juice just because TV told them. Cutthroats. Yes, many family members stuck in the matrix. A peace prize for a bomb. Oh, the irony. Insane. Indeed, all over the land, especially New York City, where I'm at. Filth. New York City sounds crazy these days. Every knee shall bow. Yes, it's beyond crazy. Crime is back on the rise high. Chemtrails. There's nothing to see here. Making you niggas robbers, thieves, cutthroats. They're making you all type of stuff. They've been very busy in the laboratory and with the weather. Bump those pills. We're going to choose to fall in the hands of the Most High. Right. Daughter, mother, wife. IG in Air Force stands for Inspector General. Thank you. It's selected the Inspector General and his gay bomb. Every knee shall bow. The Most High is bringing evil to the city. Hi, Roberta. FYI. My spy has got the telescope in the room. This is so despicable. Vegeta, if I take my governor's name and remove the vowel, TNVR gives praise. Demonic mindset. Peace and blessings to you as well. I just seen the comment. Drill rap, where real gang members admit to homicide. They did it in the hood. Yep. It is okay. Family smiling. Facts, bro. I came to the conclusion I'm not rapping no more unless it's for the Most High. Correct. I'm gonna send you a rap from the Israelites at the end. Jug baby. I'm gonna let you hear two raps. Not gonna sound that great for my radio, but you'll get the message in with that. If you're gonna rap that. Don't try to sign a contract. We signed a contract with the devil. He's gonna make you wanna have the sensation inside to eat booty and not a female's booty. You're not supposed to eat a female's booty either, but it's gonna make you like be one of them demonic rappers. I just came into the truth. I'm grateful. Well, Jug Baby, I don't know, how many videos I got? I got like 390 something videos. Go to the beginning of my videos, my transformation from Messianic Hebrew to Torah Tanakh Israel, and watch all the videos. Take notes. You'll be up to speed in no time. You can do it. You can watch the videos, read in your Torah, and you got it. There's no excuse. Get in there and study. But I'm happy that you're in here. Shaking my head, that's the new trend, switching on yourself. Yep. All praise to the Most High Creator. It used to be other people snitching on you. Now they snitching on themselves, right? Snitching. I'm too old. I'm old too. I'm happy. The oohless, the clueless. Rampant self-snitching. Now they're heathens with channels on YT, going to ghettos, hanging guys, pulling guns, telling all in Project Hall area, trap houses, etc. And listen, you can keep thinking, oh, Chicago, Chirac, and they're killing everybody. Those are heathens with sophisticated Hollywood type of synthetic mass of Negro people, hands and arm pullovers and hoodies, going robbing banks and stores, mugging, shooting. And then when the people seeing them, putting them on the phone, see, there's Negroes. Nah, it's them. Telling you, like my title says, heathens love to say, there's nothing to see here. I had one of those videos where I show Caucasoids putting on Negro masks and hands and arms with hoodies, robbing banks, killing people, robbing people. And then niggas is bad. Nope, the jig is up. We on to you. We're never going to forget this. And pass it on, Israelite. That's right. It's rampant self-snitching now. They're heathens. Okay, I read that one. They're telling on themselves, right? Wow, might be Freemason rituals. Of course, they want to tell you. They're bold. He made them bold because guess what? If you get away with crime for centuries, you think you ain't gonna be bold? I'm gonna tell them niggas. I'm gonna tell them right in the face. I'm gonna tell them on Simpsons. I'm gonna tell them on Family Guy. I'm gonna tell them here. I'm gonna tell them in the movies. I'm gonna tell them in a IG Inspector General Nobel Prize Award at Harvard about gay bombs. We tell them everything. What can happen to us? There's nothing to see here. I'm happy for everyone on the live because Ishi alone has blessed us with eyes and ears to do his will, and he gave us the gift of faith and converted our holy souls. Excellent comment at a new. Ha? Yes, sir. Jigger baby, hold on, I'm gonna send you a rap, a heathen, not a heathen rap, but Israelite rap. Hold on. New Year, they also are pictured people. That's why they use images and subliminal messages, right? TBET. They hide words and pictures, right? TBET. They can't read. A lot of them can't. A lot of them could, but they're demons nonetheless. Yo, you could teach a monkey to do almost anything: drive a car, smoke weed. You could pick up an AK and shoot other Negroes right around him. You could teach a monkey to do anything. You could teach him to read. So they only one higher than chimps, not because I wanted to. The American Association of Advancement of Science in 1996 did a genetic study on intelligence between primates and people groups, and their group got 6 DNA. The people that they hate, Negroes, got 9 DNA. So what did they do? Give you inoculation before you leave the hospital from between your mother's leg, and lead in water, GMO food, chemtrails, and then we're equal. We're on their playing field level, and sometimes they're over us in intellect. We got what you did. A few of us escaped that, but not most. Okay, almost everything is tainted. Young king, I mean, together, no idols. They make you sin for that contract. Yep, a real gangster. He's booty. I don't know the name of that guy, but that's it. He's with that Birdman crew with the teardrop. A real gangster eats booty. Fucking niggas. Knowingly. 393 videos, King. K. Told our King brother for your kind words. Monkeys. Laugh my ass off. All right, we're finished. I thought this wasn't going to be a long video, but it was an hour and a half almost. Listen, hopefully this was edifying to you. When they try to put that thing on you, they ain't gonna say it because they sneaky. There's nothing to see here. Just move the shit away. Get down like a artichoke. You gotta peel down all the layers like an onion. You gotta peel it all the way down and see the core. Do that when they present anything to you. Cartoons, rap music, movies, pictures like TVET said, all that. Look at they got some shit in there. They're sneaky demons. This is a new Yes from Israel. Hebrew on the island too. Until next time. Oh wait, Jug Baby. I said I was going to do it, and I remember. Let me get to Jug Baby. Remember, right. Hebrew raps. I'm gonna let you hear one of mine two favorite ones. I'll let you go. Remember, we're convocating. Don't be so itchy to leave. I know you got to do stuff on tomorrow. Me too, but he likes us to convocate. Let me get this up. Let me turn this radio. I don't know if you'll like it, but I'll share it with you. Jug Baby. Listen with Jug Baby. Oh, okay. Hold on, wait. Sorry. That was one, but I couldn't get it all in. That is very cool. But hold on. Wait. Here we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. I'll say the other one for another time. Jugger baby, that was for you. This is New Yeshua from Israel. He on the island too. Until next time, got a man coming through. It's the Israelites.